See, I think this struggle is coming from a misunderstanding that something either unpleasant or terrible that one may encounter in one's life can just happen to anybody in so many different ways. If it happens, people think they must forget it. No, you should never forget it. If something terrible happens to you, you should never ever forget it, because if you forget it, you may walk into it again. But we must know the distinction between what is memory and what is living. You are living. Memory is a dead memory, you're supposed to use it as wisdom to see that things don't happen to you in your life. But it's a fact that for most people, what happened 10 years ago, they still suffer. What may happen day after tomorrow, they already suffer. Yes or no? What happened 10 years ago or even 10 days ago does not exist right now. What may happen day after tomorrow does not exist right now, does it? No. So you are suffering essentially something that does not exist. If you are suffering something that does not exist, on some level it means insanity, isn't it? This may sound very cruel to you right now when I say this, because, oh, I got my pains. See, you're carrying your pains like badge, don't do that. When something bad happens to us, when something hurts us, we can either become wise or wounded. This is a choice we have. Either we can become wise with it or we can become wounded with it. As we already went through this, life is just a certain amount of time, it's ticking away. As you sit here now, you are 1 hour closer to the grave since you came here. It's going away for all of us. So in this, where is the time to carry every experience like a wound? No. This must become your wisdom. If terrible things happen to you, you must become wiser than others sooner than others, isn't it? But unfortunately, most people choose to become wounded simply because, again, in our systems of education, we have done nothing about the nature of human mind. So we don't know how to use our faculties. The greatest faculties that you have right now as a human being is, you have a vivid sense of memory. Everything that happened, you can remember as if it's alive right now. There's an archive in your mind which can replay the whole video if you want. But this has become a problem. You started suffering the old movies, and there is a fantastic sense of imagination, so you already suffer a tomorrow which is yet to come. This is basically because we have not taught our children and the people in the world how to employ our faculties, how to use our memory, how to use our imagination, how to experience life right now, how to sharpen the experience now. Your whole life is happening between these three dimensions: memory, present experience and imagination. This is your life, isn't it? These are three dimensions. We call them trikala, 3 dimensions of time. All your experience of life is happening here. But if you lose distinction between what is past, what is present, what is future, then everything hurts. For not everybody terrible things have happened. Unfortunately, for a few people they have happened. But the rest of the people are simply suffering something, isn't it? Because it's fashionable to suffer. People think if they're suffering, they are very intellectual, they're very profound. No, it's just stupid because you're suffering something that doesn't exist. You're not suffering what's happening right now. You're suffering what happened yesterday, and you're suffering something that may happen tomorrow already. So this madness has been encouraged simply because we never train people how to use their faculties. If you do not understand the nature of what this is, how will you put this to use? It is consuming you, your own intelligence is consuming you. You can call it stress, anxiety, pain, suffering, whatever. Essentially, your intelligence is turned against you, that's all reality is. If your intelligence was working for you, taking instructions from you, you would keep yourself blissed out, wouldn't you? Your intelligence is turned against you. Why has your intelligence turned against you? That's what you need to look at. not about carrying these things that have happened which should not have happened as badges in our life. This may get a lot of women against me. If I was against you, I wouldn't be here.
Have you ever thought why past and future have so much domination over you? Why do past and future have so much power over your whole being? I'm going to answer these questions in this talk today. What is past? Tell me. It is nothing but thought form. Right. It exists only in the form of thoughts, whether it is past or future. They are nothing but thought forms. They exist only in your mind and nowhere else. They are not existential like the present moment. Present moment is existential. Anything which is existential, you experience it as a living reality and not as a thought form. Now tell me, have you ever experienced past and future as living reality? No, they exist only in your mind, only in your head. So basically what it means is you are dominated by thoughts. Thoughts have tremendous power over you, and you need to recognize this fact. Unless you recognize, you cannot go beyond it. Recognition has tremendous power, I'm telling you. Recognition has tremendous power because it comes only from the real you. Thoughts cannot recognize thoughts. Thoughts cannot watch thoughts. It is the real you, which is consciousness, who does it. So if you want that past or future should lose dominance over you, if you want that what happened in your life should stop disturbing you, then bring the light of awareness, bring the light of witnessing consciousness in you. In other words, start being aware. Start being conscious. That is the only way. Whatever else you do, it would be like covering the corpse with beautiful fragrant flowers, which will make the corpse even more foul smelling, even more obnoxious. The day, or rather the moment you start witnessing your thoughts with detached awareness, your life wouldn't remain the same anymore. Witnessing consciousness, which is your essential nature, has tremendous power. But the witnessing, the watching should be unconcerned, as if these thoughts, these emotions don't belong to you. Right? What are thoughts actually? They are simply part of evolution. They are here to make you go beyond them. Without thoughts, you cannot realize your divine infinite nature. Only thoughts made it possible. See, animals don't have thoughts. They are pre-thought. So they cannot realize who they really are in their essence. And all animals are exactly like you in essence. They are all divine infinite being. It is the same infinite being appearing in myriads of forms. But it's the prerogative of only humans to realize their divine infinite nature. But what made it possible? The thoughts. Yes, thoughts made that possible. But don't remain stuck at the level of thought. This has happened with the whole humanity. They are stuck at the level of thought. They are not only stuck, but they are lost in thoughts. And what is the way to go beyond them? Witnessing is the way. Watching is the way. Don't fight. Never ever fight with thoughts. Never commit this mistake of fighting with thoughts, I'm telling you. If you fight with thoughts, you will remain stuck at that level only. Because thoughts are your own energy, it's your own energy appearing in the form of thoughts. So when you fight with thoughts, you fight with your own energy, which means you're fighting with yourself. This is how people become schizophrenic. This is how they develop split personalities. So never fight with thoughts. You need to simply witness the thoughts. You need to simply pour the light of awareness on these thoughts. Without any judgment, without any condemnation, without any criticism. Just allow the thoughts to be. Be like the sky that allows the clouds to be. The real you is exactly like the sky, spacious and infinite. But you need to recognize this. As I told you, recognition does everything. It's the alchemy which brings about the real transformation in your life. Recognition is the alchemy which will take you from the darkness of identification with body-mind complex to the light of your divine infinite nature.